Hello there, and welcome to our first episode of Two-Wheeled Adventures. So, most of our great outdoor adventures thus far have been focused on hiking, vacationing, and reviews of products that you could use outside. Today, I thought I'd start something a little bit different, a series based on one of my favorite passions for the outdoors, motorcycling. Now, if you're looking to ride yourself and you haven't yet, I hope you'll find this useful. I'm going to cover a lot of different things over this series, and if you're an experienced rider and there's just something you have to put in the comments, definitely put it below. I think the more interaction we can get, the better this is for everybody. And so let's start out a little bit about myself. I've been riding for a number of years now. I started out, I rode some scooters like a Piaggio and a Honda Metro. Nothing too serious, but eventually, I always thought about, riding a motorcycle. I always wanted to give it a try. And I found the best way to do it was to enroll in a motorcycle safety class. In PA, you can ride pretty much anything under 49cc, and the cc is basically the size of the engine, with a regular driver's license. Once you go beyond that, you need to get an M class in Pennsylvania. So I decided to go down that route. Once it became legal and I got my M class on my license, I basically made my motorcycle my daily driver for my first year. I rode it in rainstorms, flood conditions, winter, and yes, even the occasional snowstorm. It became basically my commuting bike, which was my Honda Rebel that I purchased. Heck, I even did the occasional grocery store run on my bike. Now, I went on a lot of local epic rides as I started gaining confidence in riding. One of my favorites was actually riding up along River Road, along the Delaware River, and I took that from basically Washington's Crossing up to the Water Gap, and I believe that was in January 2020. And I'm always looking for find new areas that I can explore with my motorcycles. Eventually, of course, I started looking for my next bike, and then my third bike, and my fourth bike. And as I joke occasionally to Pepper all the time, is that the optimal number of bikes I feel is N+1, N being the number of bikes you currently have. And I feel like I'm always looking for that next bike to add to the stable. So as I mentioned, I got married along the way. Pepper started riding pillion with me, which was a whole other experience as well too. It's one thing to ride by yourself. It's another thing to have somebody with you, especially someone that you care about greatly. And we eventually started down the dream path of every rider, having their partner learn to ride as well. Though she's definitely a tad less enthusiastic than I am. But it's been really fascinating and interesting to kind of take her back into this journey so she can learn herself. And you get to kind of see it from a different point of view. Now, during this series, I'm going to plan to cover a number of different things with you that I experienced on my own journey. And hopefully you can share some things that you experienced as well too. Some things I'm anticipating to cover would be what to expect from your motorcycle safety course. Basically a quick overview maybe of what different motorcycles there are. I think when a lot of people start, I know myself, I just thought motorcycle, Harley. And then you realize that, obviously there's a lot of different brands out there, but there's not just a motorcycle, or, there's either you have a motorcycle or you have like a racing bike, and you realize there's almost like not an infinite number of different types of motorcycles, but there are probably 10 to 12 different types, all with their different riding characteristics. Also, what is it like riding for your first time? I remember distinctly when I first started riding, and kind of going along with that, what was the first scary moment that you had on a motorcycle? I definitely remember my first scary moments. What gear do you really need? There's so much out there. Of course, everybody's trying to sell you something. I'm not selling anything, so I'm just going to tell you what I think you really need and what is actually a waste. And also, general things that maybe new riders ask as well, too. So, anyway, thanks again for sticking around to the end of this video. I'm pretty excited about this, and I hope you'll find some value in it. And if you have, please click like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. And we hope to see you in our next video. But until then, get out there, make your own great outdoor adventures. And as always, take care.